Hey there, I'm Kristen. Welcome to FLOFICIENT. This is Build, your 30-minute workout where we focus on building your foundation of strength one series at a time. My recommendation is to do this class, Series 1, for at least 4 weeks, once a week, before you move on to Series 2. What I've got for you today is 4 different sets. Each set has 2 exercises, and then within those exercises, we're going to play with starting with lighter weight, going up in weight or resistance if possible, and then coming back down again. It'll all start to make sense, I promise, once we get into it. So for right now, just make sure that you've got your shoes on, your mat out, and 3 sets of weights, ideally light, medium, and heavy. Mine happen to be 2.5, 5, and 10 pounds, if that helps you gauge what might feel appropriate to you. Once you've got your equipment, let's warm up with a light, easy jog in place. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So we're just real light on the toes here. The heels don't really touch the ground. I mean, they could, but try to keep them up. And then start to lift from your core. So you're warming up your midsection while you're here. And then pump your arms just straight forward, straight back. Good. About 15 more seconds, just like this. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Awesome. Let's get into our first set of the day, which will be bicep curls coupled with squats. So grab a light to medium weight, something that feels appropriate for a bicep curl. I'm going to go with the 5 pounds here, or the medium weights. So toes pointing straight forward, palms facing straight forward. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, just bend your elbow and pull that weight up to the front of your shoulder. Down, inhale, curl, exhale. That was 1. We're going to 8. Here we go. Down and curl. 2, down and curl. 3, down and curl. 4, down and curl. 5, down and curl. 6, down, curl. 7, 1 more, and 8. Very nice. Bring the weights down. Inhale, and then just turn your palms in so they face your outer hips. Exhale. Going right into your squat. So we're going to stay on that light to medium weight category. For me, that's still 5 pounds, but you could swap things out if you want to use a different amount of weight. Let's keep your toes forward, maybe feet just a little bit wider. Pull up from your core. On our squats, all we're focused on is sitting back as low as we can, making sure that the knees track towards the toes. That's your inhale position. On your exhale, you push through the heels and lift yourself back up. Let's do 8 together. Here we go. So back on the inhale and lift on the exhale. 1, back and lift. 2, back and lift. 3, back and lift. 4, back and lift. 5, back and lift. 6, back and lift. 7, 1 more, and 8. Awesome job. So let's go up in weight now, coming back to your bicep curls. If you need to stay where you're at, totally fine, or even drop down, also fine. So for me, that's going to be 10 pounds here. The toes pointing forward, palms forward, core lifted, shoulder blades on the back. Really important with heavier weight that you control the weight all the way up to the shoulder so we're not swinging or jerking to create that curl. Let's do 8 together. Here we go. So down, prepping on the inhale, curling, exhale. 1, down and curl. 2, down and curl. 3, down and curl. 4, down and curl. 5, down and curl. 6, down and curl. 7, 1 more, and curl for 8. Awesome. Bring the weights down. Inhale, and then turn the palms in once again. Exhale. So back into your squats with heavier weight. If you're comfortable with what you have, great. If you want to change it, grab a different set. We've got the feet just a tiny bit wider. Toes are still pointing forward. With this heavier weight, you're going to have to work a little harder on the way up. Really push into the heels. So here we go. Sit back on the inhale. Lift on the exhale. That's 1. Back and lift. 2, back, and lift. 3, back, and lift. 4, back, and lift. 5, back, lift. 6, back, lift. 7, one more, and 8. Very nice. Shake out your legs a little bit. So now we get to go for time. We've got 20 seconds of work, followed by 10 seconds of rest. We're starting with that heavy weight. So in your 10 seconds of rest, you're going to drop down to your lighter weight. Then we'll come back in for another 20 seconds to finish things off, and then we'll switch exercises. So we're starting heavy with your bicep curls. Palms forward, shoulder blades on the back. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and we curl and down. Curl and down. So you can count your reps here just so that you have an idea of what 20 seconds buys you. It's not a race. There's no rush. We're just using time now to dictate how much work we have to do. We're almost there. And time. Okay, real quick, drop it down to a lighter set. That's going to be medium for me again, 5 pounds. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and we curl and down. Curl and down. So by dropping weight, as our muscles fatigue, we get to keep working through the exercise and keep building strength without straining our muscles. Good, you're almost there. And time. Awesome. Okay, onto your squats. Come back up to heavy, whatever that is for you. Toes forward, picking up from your core. 3, 2, 1. Back and up. Good. Back and up. And take these at your own pace. You can always go a little faster or a little slower than me. You can always take a break too if you need it, and then come right back in. Just a few more right here. Good. And time. Awesome. Okay, set those weights down. Grab your lighter set. We're right back into your squats. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We sit back and up. Good. Back and up. And you might notice as you do this, your heart rate is going up. That's a good thing. You're working big muscles in your legs. Almost there. Last few seconds. Good, and time. Awesome job. All right, shake out your legs. That is set 1 in the bag. Nice work. Now moving on to set 2, I've got 2 new exercises for you. The first one is a shoulder press. The second one is a deadlift. So start with a light to medium weight. I'm going to use the 2.5 pounds here for the shoulder press. Toes forward, lifting up from your core. Same stance, same beginnings. Weight start outside your shoulder. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, just push the weights up overhead and then squeeze or hug that midline just a little bit at the top. Then we bring the weights down on the inhale and we repeat lifting on the exhale. Yeah, we've got 8 of them, so here we go. Deep breath in, prepare. Exhale, push. Down and push. 2, down, push. 3, down, push. 4, down, push. 5, down, push. 6, down, push. 7, down, and push for 8. Awesome. Bring the weights down. Inhale, bring your arms all the way down. Exhale. Moving on to your legs for deadlift. So stay in that light to medium category. For me, that's going to be the 5 pounds here. And form is important. The focus of this exercise is to strengthen the back of your leg. So when you're doing this, we want the core to be lifted, the knees to be a little bit soft, the sitting bones to already be pitched a little bit back, and the spine to be pretty straight. All we have to do on the inhale is slide the weights down the front of the leg to about mid-shin while keeping the chest and the gaze lifted. On the exhale, you squeeze the back of the hamstring and the glute to pull yourself up. So it's all legs, not lower back. Let's do 8 of them together. Here we go. So slide down slow on the inhale. Come up a little quicker so you can squeeze on the exhale. That's 1. Down, inhale, lift or squeeze, exhale. Good. 2. Down and lift. 3. Down and lift. 4. And use your breath, it helps. Down, inhale. Lift, exhale. 5, keep going. Down and lift. 6, down and lift. 7, down and lift for 8. Very nice. Give those legs a little shake. We're going back to your shoulder press in a heavier weight if possible. For me, that's medium, these 5 pounds. So go ahead and switch it out if you need to. Toes forward, weights outside your shoulders. The chest is broad and open here. So upper back is active and navel is lifting up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push the weights overhead and then squeeze that midline just a touch. Come down, inhale, push, exhale. And then just make sure the amount of weight that you have feels controllable because those weights are over your head. Down, inhale, push, exhale. That's 3. Down and push. 4, down and push. 5, down and push. 6, down and push. 7, one more. And push for 8. Awesome. Bring the weights down. Inhale. Bring your arms all the way down. Exhale. Moving back to your deadlifts with heavier weight if possible. For me, that's going to be the 10 pounds or the heaviest one I have today. So toes forward, core lifted, knees soft. Your sitting bones are already back and your chest is broad and open. Here we go with a nice flat back. Inhale. Slide the weights down to about mid-shin or at least as low as you can. And then exhale, squeeze a little quicker to come up. That's 1. Down, inhale. Lift, exhale. 2. Down and lift. 3. Down and lift. 4. Down and lift. 5. Down and lift. 6. Down and lift. 7, one more. Here we go. And lift for 8. Awesome. Shake out your legs. So now we've got time. 20 seconds heavy and shoulder press, followed by 20 seconds light. Then we'll come back to your deadlifts. I'm going to challenge myself here. Keep the 10s or stay heavy for the press. So here we go. Pick up from your core. Grab your weight. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Push and down. Push and down. So 20 seconds right here. Quality is much more important than quantity. As long as you're holding those weights and moving your arms, your muscles are working. Good. Let's get 2 more in. That's 1. Maybe your second right here. Awesome. Okay, bring those weights down with control. Real quick, swap it out. Grab any lighter set that you feel comfortable with. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We push and down, push and down. So this one especially, because we work those shoulder muscles, you might feel that fatigue here. That's why this lighter weight is so helpful, so you can build endurance and strength even when your arms are tired. 1 more rep right here, and time. Awesome. Real quick, go up to heavy, something for your legs, back to deadlifts. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We slide down and up. Down and up. So as we come down, we're stretching the back of the leg. As we come up, we're squeezing and contracting for the meat of the exercise. And this is one where a little bit heavier weight actually helps. And time. Awesome. Real quick, grab that lighter set. We come right back in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down and up. Good. Down and up. Very nice. So don't forget about your core. You're using that to lift a little bit as well. And mostly, we use the core to support the lower back so it stays happy as you keep bending down. 1 more rep right here. And time. Very nice work. Go ahead and set those weights down for just a sec. Swing your arms if that feels good. Shake out your legs. You are halfway through. Moving on to set number 3, we've got an arm abduction followed by a sumo squat. So go ahead and grab a light to medium weight. I'm going to go light, 2.5 pounds here. Picking up from the core, same ready stance as before, shoulder blades on the back. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift your arms out to a T at about shoulder level, no higher, with the elbows just the tiniest bit soft. Then come down on the inhale and lift. Exhale. That was 1. Let's go to 8. Down, inhale. Lift, exhale. 2. Down and lift. 3. Down and lift. 4. Down and lift. 5. Down and lift. 6. 2 more. That's 7. And down and lift for 8. Awesome. Bring the weights down. Inhale. Set them on the floor on the exhale. We need just 1 weight for sumo. So I'm going to go 1 5-pounder, 1 medium weight. We hold it horizontal with both hands in front of the chest. Then we take the feet wide. We turn the toes out. And our goal here is to sit as low as we possibly can without putting too much pressure on the knees. We're going to squeeze the inner, outer thighs, and glutes to make this exercise dynamic. So let's just practice on this first one. Bend the knees, come down slow, see what your depth is today, and then check. Look at your knee in relation to your toe. Is everything balanced? This is your inhale coming down. And then we push into the heels, squeeze the legs, exhale to come up. Let's do 8 together. Here we go. Down, inhale, lift or squeeze, exhale. Down, inhale, lift, exhale. 2, down, and lift. 3, down, and lift. 4, down, and lift. 5, down, and lift. 6, down, and lift. 7, down, and lift for 8. Very nice. Turn the toes forward. Inhale, big step, feet together, exhale, and then bring that weight down with control. Back to your arm abduction, going up in weight if possible. This is one of those exercises, though, where lighter weight is your friend because these muscles are a little bit more delicate. We don't want to strain your neck. So as you go up in weight, just make sure it feels agreeable to your shoulder. So pick up from your core, same ready position, deep breath in, exhale, here we go. Lift out to a T, down, inhale, lift, exhale, that's 2, down, and lift, 3, down, and lift, 4, down, and lift, 5, down, and lift, 6, down, and lift, 7, down, and lift for 8. Awesome. Bring the weights down. Inhale, set them on the floor. Exhale, grab 1 heavier weight. Hold it horizontal in front of the chest. Take the feet wide, turn the toes out. Let's get into your sumos. Here we go. Come down on the inhale. Do a little check while you're here. Look at your knee in relation to your toe. And then squeeze on the exhale, lift back up. 7 more like that. Down, inhale, lift, exhale. 2, down, and lift. 3, down, and lift. 4, down, and lift. 5, down, and lift. 6, down, lift. 7, 1 more, and lift for 8. Awesome. Toes forward, inhale, feet together, exhale. Then the weight comes down with control. We're going for time now. So heavy to light in your arm exercise, heavy to light with your legs. So grab that heavier weight, and you can always adjust if your arms get tired, no problem. Pick up from your core, shoulder blades down. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in, and we lift on the exhale. Down and lift. So 20 seconds right here. Just smooth and steady. No swinging in this one either. Distinct beginning point and end point with every single rep. Good. Just a few more. And your last one is right here. And time. Okay, real quick. Grab that lighter set. We come right back in. Exact same exercise. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. And then exhale, lift. Good. Down and lift. Down and lift. And really focus on your form here. With this lighter weight, you should have more control. Even if your muscles are tired, that's a good teaching moment because you can actually feel what's happening in your body. 1 more breath right here. And time. Awesome. Onto your legs. 1 heavy weight right in front of the chest. Sumo squats. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We come down and up, down, and up. Now again, you can go a little faster with these, no problem. Just make sure that you can feel that work on the way up and the deceleration or the work in your quads on the way down. Almost there. Last rep right here, and time. Carefully turn the toes forward, bring the feet together. Let's switch out your weight. Come right back in. One more round of 20 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Down and up, down and up. So as you get comfortable with this workout, remember that what's light today might shift tomorrow, or what's heavy today might shift tomorrow. So don't be afraid to challenge yourself as your body adapts. One more rep right here. And time. Awesome. Toes forward, inhale. Bring your feet together, exhale. And that weight comes down. Awesome job. We are moving on to set number 4 already. So we're going to stick with shoulders. This time around, we'll focus on a front raise, lifting forward to about shoulder level. And then we're going to couple that with a glute bridge and a little bit of weight on your back. So start with a light to medium weight, something that feels comfortable, probably the same as what you used just a moment ago for your abductions. I'm going to go 2.5 here. Remember, these muscles that we're working are a little bit more delicate, so sometimes lighter weight is better. Toes forward, core lifted, shoulder blades on the back, super important here. This exercise pulls your shoulders forward if you're not careful, so pin them back so that you can work clean every time you lift your arm up. Deep breath in right here. On your exhale, just lift the weight out to shoulder level, right in front of your chest, almost like you would in plank. Make sure you're pulling up from your core and your elbows are a little bit soft again. When we come down, inhale, we lift, exhale. That's 1. Let's go to 8. Down and lift. 2, down and lift. 3, down, lift. 4, down, lift. 5, down, lift. 6, down, lift. 7, one more, and lift for 8. Awesome. Bring your weights and your arms down with control. Roll your shoulders a couple times. We'll move on to those glute bridges. So you'll need 2 weights here in the light to medium category. I'm just going to stick with these. Put 1 weight on either side of your mat, have a seat, and then roll all the way down. So as we set ourselves up for this bridge, toes forward, tailbone tucked under so the lower back begins flat. And then we grab those weights and lightly place them on top of each hip crease. And they're kind of angled with the directionality of your hip crease and your thigh. So from here, we just take a deep breath in, exhale, dig into the heels, and drive the hips and weights up to the ceiling. Try to keep your tailbone tucked even as you come up so you've got more core control and your lower back stays long. Then on the inhale, we roll down, not quite to the floor. Leave yourself about 1 inch or 2 of space. And then on your exhale, we push up again. Let's do 8 together. Here we go. Roll down, inhale, push, exhale. 1, down, and push. 2, down, and push. 3, down, and push. 4, down, and push. 5, down, and push. 6, 2 more, down, and push. 7, and down, and push for 8. Awesome. Roll all the way down now so your lower back and your hips can finally rest, and then carefully take those weights off to the sides. Okay, then just watch your surroundings. Come back up to your feet. We're moving to your front raises again with a heavier amount of weight. So go ahead and move those other weights out of your way. Grab your heavier set for arms if you can. Toes forward, ready stance. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift. Come down on the inhale, lift on the exhale. That's 1. Down and lift. 2, down and lift. 3, down and lift. 4, down and lift. 5, down and lift. 6, down and lift. 7, one more, and lift. That's 8. Awesome. Bring the weights down with control. You want a medium to heavy weight for glute bridges, so go ahead and set 1 weight on either side of your mat. Come down first Find your position with your feet and your back, then set those weights on the hip crease. Tuck the tailbone under, deep breath in. Exhale, here we go. Dig into the heels, drive the hips up. Roll down, not quite to touch on the inhale. Push, exhale, that's 2. Let's go to 8. Down and push. 3, down and push. 4, down and push. 5, down and push. 6, down and push. 7, down and push for 8. Good. Roll all the way down on your inhale. Set those weights off to the side. Exhale, and then come back up to your feet. We're ready for time now. So we've got that heavier weight. And remember, heavy weight can fluctuate even during your workout. So if your shoulders are getting tired, just drop it down. No problem. Toes forward, arms in front of the body, palms face the legs. Deep breath in. 20 seconds right here. Here we go. Lift on your exhale. Down and lift. Good. Down and lift. Just keep it smooth and steady for 20 seconds. Good. Remember to breathe through this the entire time. You're almost there. We want to finish on a strong and smooth note right here. This is your last rep and time. Okay, real quick, swap it out. Grab a lighter set of weights. We come right back in. Exact same exercise. 3, 2, 1. And we lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So we're working the front of the shoulder here. You're going to feel that as it kind of feeds into your underarm. We're also using the legs for stabilization and the core every time your arms come out. Last rep and time. Awesome. Okay, real quick, grab 2 sets of weights, light and medium, so they're by your sides. You don't have to get up in between. Roll all the way down. Start with your heavier set. Here we go. Weights on the hips. Deep breath in. Tuck the tailbone under. And exhale. We drive up and down and lift. And just keep going. Smooth and steady pace for 20 seconds. Now this is one exercise where you never really get a break. Your glutes are always working. Your legs are always working. Good. One more rep right here. And time. Okay, roll down real quick. Swap out your weights. Take a deep breath in. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We tuck and we lift. And then down and lift. Down and lift. This is your last interval of the day. So try to make it a good one. Move smoothly from the down position to the up position. Keep working the back of the legs. You've got 2 more reps. Here's your second one. And time. Awesome. Roll down. Relax your hips and back. Bring those weights off to the side, out of your way. And then carefully have a seat on your mat. Let's move your weights. And we'll do just a little bit of core work here. So go ahead and roll down to your back. Hands behind your head is option 1, or arms crossed in front of your chest is option 2. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl up. Your classic crunch. Down, inhale. Crunch, exhale. 2, let's do 8. Down and crunch. 3, down and crunch. 4, down and crunch. 5, down and crunch. 6, down and crunch. 7, down and crunch. 8. Good. Now stay up. Just bring your arms down by your either side so they hover. And now we side bend to the right and to the left. And we're tapping each heel for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, find center. Roll your head, neck, and shoulders all the way down. Tuck your tailbone under. Lift each foot. Recline tabletop. So knees are stacked over your hips. Shins are about parallel to the floor. We're squeezing the inner thighs together. Finishing strong here as we breathe for 3 and 2. Good. Keep pulling your rib cage down. One more inhale. And exhale. Drop your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Maybe rock a little bit right to left. And then let's carefully find your feet one more time. Just watch out for your weights and your surroundings here as you come up. And then with your feet about hips distance apart, easy vinyasa. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Arms overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Awesome, awesome job today. So make sure you give yourself a little bit of time here to cool down, to stretch, to drink plenty of water. And when you're ready, I will see you for series 2 or another yoga or fitness class inside FLOFICIENT.